locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
Ben Bruss here from ESPN Milwaukee, and I just want to officially declare I will be dominating bowling for babies.
Ben, it's charity bowling. You don't get a championship ring.
There are lanes, there are competitors, and there's going to be greatness.
Okay, but more importantly, WTMJ Cares Bowling for Babies is going to benefit the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
So while I'm throwing strikes,
you're helping local families get essential baby supplies.
But we are also competing for 4 tickets to a Green Bay game and a VIP tailgating experience.
Sign up today at WTMJ.com/cares.
Until people come before profit. Until all energy is clean. Until the wild is truly free. Earth Justice will never rest. Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 150 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. Until justice stands for all, Earth Justice will never rest. If you share our restless spirit and want to commit to fighting for a just and equitable future for everyone, go to earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good, because today I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Truth in the Morning. Bailey Coleman and my guy,
MC Dame Elsie in the building.
Homer Blow, is on assignment. Dame, woo, things happen overnight. It's crazy.
A lot happens.
A lot happens overnight.
Yeah, we talking about, yesterday we spent a large portion of the show talking about, you know, the Iran war or operation. What are they calling it? It's some operation.
What is it?
Starlink.
Starlink?
Starlink.
That's what it's called?
Maybe. It sounds like
Starlink. I don't know if that's...
Shout out to Will, our producer.
That's the Terminator name, ain't it? Whatever it's called, they have gone about, you know, continuing to bomb Iran, and Iran is... And Iran, as they like to be saying, I was corrected last night by some people. It's Iran. All right.
Okay.
Iran is bombing the other countries around there.
Right.
And I was listening to Kyle this morning on the way in, and Kyle was saying that, you know, it's basically destabilized that whole region.
Right.
And it has.
It absolutely has.
You know, and we just, that's why nobody had done it. Because they're like, why destabilize that whole region for this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I've also learned, and there's rumors that the first 3 soldiers that died were black. Now let that sink in.
Okay. Because they probably were. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody said who they were or nothing.
They haven't, and of course, you want to. The family needs to be notified,
right?
And all of that stuff,
right?
And the casket's got to come home with the flags,
right?
On them and stuff.
And what if he gonna be there to meet them?
Right, and I'm
presidents traditionally do.
Right, I'm an opponent of war and all of that, but I'm not an opponent of those who put their life on the line.
There you go.
There's that line that's drawn. If you are going to do it, I respect that decision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be one of those people that call you stupid.
No.
Or what are you doing there? It's too late for that.
It's
you put
too
your
late.
Life on the line.
You got to respect it.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Whether
absolutely.
You're white, black, brown, Asian, yellow, whatever it is, if you're putting your life on the line for this country, I respect it. And I'm not going to ever attack a soldier for making that decision.
Right.
But what I will attack is the fact that if this is true, where the first three were black, and like we said, the Pentagon hasn't, gave us official word yet, which is kind of telling in itself.
Yeah.
We have to consider the times we're living in, right?
Yes, we do.
Where this administration has attacked DEI, which essentially is making sure that there's diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? They've attacked it all over the landscape of America, but it's okay for war. It's okay for you to be diversified in your soldiers.
Yes.
It's okay for them to put their life on the line for you then. They've attacked black culture all over the place, right? They changed Fort Bragg was Fort Liberty. They changed it back to Fort Bragg. They've embedded themselves with racist parts of our societies to further their agenda. This administration has, and I was also told stop saying Trump because it ain't Trump. It's his administration because it's the people around him. Because we know he taking dumps in his pants. This is nothing he's doing, and we've already talked about my man's Yarvin who wrote the book that they're following. And y'all make sure y'all look up Yarvin, go Google that and find out his ideas so then you can see where they want to go with this stuff. Mm-hmm. But needless to say, I digress, he's the one that they're following.
Yes.
So all of this racism that they've done and furthered and have allowed and have accepted, cheering on the demolishing of DEI in his speech.
Right.
But yet, the first three people to die in this war that you set off could possibly be African Americans. What does that say about us as black people? That we always there for the fight. We always there to help, right?
We always there for the march, the fight.
Why?
To help.
Listen. I don't say anything about anybody that does sign up, but I will tell those that are thinking about doing it. Keep this in your mind before you go sign up for this, 18-year-olds that are going to the Army or going to the Armed Forces. I understand that's a leg up and it can become a way of getting yourself out of trouble situations. But go talk to somebody that did it. Don't take my word for it. Go talk to somebody, because I've talked to those that have done it and they said if I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it.
Well, listen, you got to talk to those who have done it during wartime and those who didn't do it during wartime, did it during a peaceful time in our country.
Yeah.
I'm sure that their responses would be totally different.
Right.
So there's that. Also, for those of you that didn't think that our people here in Wisconsin were not involved in the actual war, hundreds of Wisconsin National Guard guardsmen are in the Middle East right now fighting. They were mentioned at the Pentagon briefing, just speaking positively about them.
Yeah, I saw that on the news last night.
Yeah, and so then it makes you wonder, okay, so why they shouting them out?
Yeah.
Over other people? Were those people that made the ultimate sacrifice a part of our team, or what is it about? Because they wouldn't say what they were doing, and that could have been because of military stuff,
Right, and I'm not the Pentagon is slow on releasing these names, and it happened over the weekend, right? And they're slow on, like Sunday, I think it was, and they're slow on releasing these names. And so you want the families to be notified. You want everything to be in place for them, and I understand that, but I hope it's not because they black that they haven't. And then once white soldiers start passing and getting, then they're all over the screen and this, that, and the other, because that represents more of what they want to be represented in their mind. Because if you look at in their mind as a soldier,
right,
that they have, because the Army has done, the War Department, as it's called now, has put forth those new policies about shaving, about certain things that are affecting the black soldier.
Right.
Essentially laying the groundwork for that's not the type of soldier they want.
Right.
But that's the type of soldier that's dying. So in war, they don't care.
It's always fine for us to be first, and they can shout equality when lives are on the line.
Going back to Crispus Attucks.
There you go.
You know, if we want to be history buffs, going back to Crispus Attucks, and that's not trivial in nature, but he was the first one to catch a bullet.
Yeah.
And here we go again. We're the first ones to catch a bullet for this country. 21% of the armed forces are African American, but we only make up 13 to 14% of the country. So, again, there's a disproportionate amount of us that are putting our lives on the line and putting ourselves on the front line, and we don't deserve the disrespect that just that alone. If you truly love America and you truly want to say you're a patriot, just look at that statistic. 13 to 14% of the country is African American, but 21%. So we're outperforming our population numbers in this country in the armed forces. But yet we get treated the way we get treated within the armed forces, because I've talked to people, and we get treated the way we get treated by those in the administration. Now, let me say this. When next year, when Donald Trump gives his State of the Union address, and you know how he shouted out all of those soldiers.
Right.
None of them black, right?
Not one.
I want to make sure that these people who passed, these first 3 soldiers of this war that passed, that their families are, that he asked them, whether they go or not, I don't know.
Right.
But they get asked to represent their fallen son or daughter in those halls, because he's already made the precedent of doing it.
Yes.
We'll see if that happens.
We'll see.
I doubt if that happens.
Probably not.
It's not going to happen. I'm going to be honest.
Probably not.
I'm going to be pretty much guaranteed it's not going to happen. But that just lets you know the thinking of this administration and how they feel about us in those situations.
Well, I mean, we've talked many times on this show about the inequities of the press when it comes to people of color. Whether you brown or you black, the inequities are crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of people that, you know, soon as something happens, they're out there. We talked about the young lady that was going to college out at Concordia and came over to the north side and ended up getting killed. And then there was something else going on somewhere else, like in Brookfield, and a brother got killed out there.
Right.
And how you barely heard about that story, but you heard all about this Caucasian lady that came to the north side and ended up getting killed.
And I just pray that doesn't happen here. Because we have certain thoughts of our government. We have certain thoughts of our administration that we've been trained on, that we have learned about from watching the news. But it's almost like when you believe in someone still, because we here, we ain't going nowhere, right?
Right.
So we want to believe that at the core of it that America can be good. But then when you get constantly reminded that you are a second-class citizen in their mind,
right? That part,
and it happens over and over. Whether it be police brutality, whether it be the attack on DEI, the attack on SNAP, the attack on poor people in general, whether it be any attacks that take place for those that are less fortunate, and you're reminded that America don't really care about you, bro.
They don't love you.
They don't love you. They gonna say they do. But in these situations where we will see if these first 3 soldiers were black, and we will see the response that we get from this administration, from the Department of War, regarding these first, if it comes out that these first 3 soldiers were black.
All right, when we come back. So the U.S. strikes have impacted everything so far. And we're going to talk about our beloved gas prices.
We all hate paying high prices in gas.
But we're going to talk about it. That's coming your way next. You're checking out Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and
MC Dame Elsie in the building.
I'm 1017 The Truth.
I was really finna rap right there.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to NBA content creator, Legend of Winning. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the 2-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juno Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the Blue Division, the Golden Meyer Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the Blue Division crown. And lastly, in the White Division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the White Division Conference Tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
1017 The Truth is another edition of Truth in the Morning. Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ doing the deal. So, Dame, I know when I pull my little car up to the gas pump, I go to the best spot possible to get my gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always, if y'all don't have a Sam's Club membership, now I don't use my Sam's Club membership for a lot.
That's where the cheapest gas is?
But that is where the cheapest gas is. Last time I checked, when I went over there and filled up on Saturday, it was for premium, which is what I have to have. It was $3.05 a gallon. Now, for
Way
those
you
of
do
you
that, you
that
gotta have
know,
that premium is classic.
Well, it's premium. $3.05 a gallon. I don't really pay attention to the unleaded prices, but I know probably the best place. And the gas is good. I don't have any problems. So for the $20, $25, $50, whatever it is a year, it is well worth the membership. But if you don't have the membership, I just want to say that there's a gas station directly across the street that's at Woodman's. I don't know about how the gas is, but the prices are comparable.
Okay.
So roll your car down to Menominee Falls, and if you can't get to Sam's, go across the street because they usually have the same prices.
Well, with what's going on in the Middle East,
you might want to hurry up and do that
it's
because
about to go up.
it's about to go up, but it'll probably still be the best price you could get.
It's about to go up, not down.
Not down. We ain't gonna say it's about to go down. No, it's about to go up. I think the gas prices are going to be something like between 30 and 50 cents higher.
That is wild.
And that's just to start because, they say that this time of year, when we're transitioning into spring, because y'all know it's March 2nd now?
Yeah.
March 3rd.
March 3rd. It's
March 3rd.
Shout out to my sister. It's her birthday.
Oh.
I jumped right into Iran, and it's my
Happy
sister's
birthday, sis. Happy birthday, sis.
My sister, Dawn Blakegrove, down in North Carolina.
Down in NC.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that's where my people from. That's where my family from, right?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
My people down in North Carolina. So, once again, happy birthday to the great Dawn Nicole. I just gave her whole name. But that's all right. She's not an LZ anymore, so I didn't get her last name.
Oh, okay.
But shout out to my sister.
Oh, wow. I got lots of sisters.
I know you do.
And brothers.
I know you do.
And brother cousins.
Listen, but back to the oil. I'm trying to send this to Will, but it's messing up. I just found something. My phone is doing
So
they must know I'm up on there talking crazy about them. So they done took over my phone, Will.
It's because you keep using Threads.
Hey, you're
that part.
I am a hater. You said that yesterday. I was.
You know what?
I was almost gonna say that's your fault for using Threads.
It is.
Yeah.
It
know what, Will? That was a downer. I was like,
why are you using
Threads?
People get on me about using Threads.
You might
and
be
I'm
the
like,
only person I know that uses Threads.
I know, right?
Up, and it's like it's there.
You know what? Okay, so I downloaded the app. But it was only because you sent me something that I was trying to listen to, read, whatever. And so I downloaded the app and I'm like, what? This isn't what I need, Dame. So anyways.
I have been admonished many times for I just see something I think is interesting and I send it to people. Like this oil stuff. I'm trying to send it. It won't let me send it. So I'm just going to say the stuff that I need to say. Listen. What's happening is, of course, we understand that the war in the Middle East is going to affect oil prices. It's going to affect your gas prices, right? And Trump don't care about that because Trump don't care about how much it costs you to do nothing. The affordability, he made it a joke. There's this thing about affordability now. Only rich people say affordability is something new.
Right.
You feel me? You feel me? Well, only rich people say affordability is something that new to be concerned. Like
Will said, nah, dog, because I'm rich. But anyway.
I'm not rich.
Will ain't rich.
I'm just messing with you,
Listen,
Will.
So the Strait of Hormuz between Iran and Oman controls 20% of the world's total daily oil supply.
Yeah.
And liquefied natural gas.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE use it, and it gas 20 million barrels a day.
Yeah.
20 million barrels a day go through there. Guess who got control of a portion of it?
Your boy and them over in Iran.
Absolutely.
And they shutting it down. They have.
They say they might not shut it down because it'll affect their economy as well. But if it's going to hurt you more.
They already put the threat out there. Anybody rolling through there, they finna shoot it up.
So nobody's coming through there. They only going to let they ships come through.
They ships is going to roll through, that's it.
So y'all think this is just going to be a little bitty scuffle of a war? No. That's not what's going to happen.
Because that 20 to 30 cents that gas prices are going up, okay, they said in the article that, look, hey, that's what it usually is this time of year anyway, right? So that's the usual for this time of year. They have yet to really put a real estimate on that scenario of the war and the effects that it'll have. But y'all know prices are already high. It's ridiculous getting anything here.
Yeah.
You go to the store, you used to have $50. You come out with probably 3 or 4 bags, maybe 5 if you lucky, and you got in on all the deals. Now you go in the store with $50 and it's like having $10, and you might come out with a bag and it might be half full.
Right.
I mean, that's just real.
That's reality. That's the affordability that Trump was making a mockery of on his State of the Union address. Oh, they're talking about something called affordability now. That is always something we talked about.
Yeah.
As poor people in the, and again, y'all, I'm not saying you poor. I have to say this every time I say this. I have to make the disclosure. I'm saying if you ain't rich, you poor. If you are not able to fund yourself and your living for years after losing a job, you probably poor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of us think you can, and then once it happens, you got about 2 months of savings, and next thing you know, it is what it is,
It
right?
is what it is.
But I say all of that to say, we are poor, white people poor, Asian people poor, a lot of us are poor, but the president is talking about affordability is a made-up type of, they got this new metric, the affordability, right?
It's something new.
Like it's something new. And so then we talk about this gas stuff. We are driving here. We're driving there. We got to pick up kids from there. We got to do this. We got to do that. And that's going to cut into your budget.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're going to feel it in your pocket.
Yes, you are.
Because not a couple months ago, gas was $2.19, $2.20. It was almost that low, right?
Yeah.
Now it's hovering around $3. It's over $3 depending upon where in the city you buying it.
That's for regular unleaded.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not the premium you use.
Not at all.
For us regular folks, it's going to go up even more. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have to understand the effects that this is going to have on your pockets. So this is not just a war that you can say is over there.
No.
It's over there because Americans usually do that because of our geographic position.
Right, because we don't get if we lived in Israel right now, right. Our life would be totally different.
Absolutely.
It'd be a totally different scenario. And I thought about it the other day. I was watching this lady, and she was in Israel running across the street with her child because bombs were coming in, and they didn't know where it was going to hit, and she trying to get them out the way. What a horrible experience. And
you run Israel, you're Netanyahu, and you run. I like messing up people's names. That's
clearly,
just my thing.
Clearly,
because that's for a little bit. And when I do that, that's a sign of disrespect.
Yeah.
So you're Netanyahu, and you're putting your country in peril, and you think you got this golden dome that's going to protect.
Right.
And they say, 90% of the bombs that come in got stopped. Well, what about them 10%?
And that's what the lady was running from.
A bomb is a bomb.
A bomb is a bomb.
The 10% is enough.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
We stopped 90% of it.
Yeah.
So you don't care about the other 10% that didn't come through, that killed your citizens and did whatever? Right?
There's a lot of theories out there about him. And one of them is that he, not only as was allegedly admitted by our vice president, that the reason the war got started was because Iran was an imminent threat to Israel. And our president wanted to be a part of that, help out. Right, that whole deal.
Listen,
anyway.
An imminent threat. And so how many times have we heard that? Oh, they're the weapons of mass destruction. They ruined Colin Powell's life.
Yes,
by making them go up there talking about weapons of mass destruction, and they knew they had made that up.
Yes, absolutely.
And so Kyle, I was listening to Kyle, and Kyle was playing a montage of Netanyahu speeches,
right?
Where he kept saying since like 2000, he's been saying they got weapons of mass destruction. They have nuclear capabilities. They can in the next 10 years they're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. None of it ever came to fruition. And so Netanyahu goes to Trump and says, I'm finna attack these there. We feel that an imminent attack is coming from them.
Right.
Trump is like, all right, bet, I got you.
Well, see, here's
That's
the
a terrible
thing.
way to run politics.
That is a terrible way to run politics. And Netanyahu is facing charges like Trump was before he got into office. And allegedly, supposedly, if he doesn't make this presidency last longer,
he going to jail too?
He going to jail too. So you got two people trying to avoid jail time in presidential seats.
You sent the Instagram post where the lady was she had and I had never heard this. Trump yelling, talking about the Epstein files, and saying he would do whatever it is to stop the Epstein files.
That was a leaked recording.
He would do whatever it was to stop the Epstein files. He would start a war, and he's cussing and doing all that stuff. Then somebody asked him about it, and Trump just said, "Oh, I was just yelling at people." So he admits that it's him. On this.
Yes.
So here we are. I don't know how many
he was yelling
days or years later.
He was yelling at and about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And here he is talking about, I would start a war to keep them files from coming out. And look at us in a war. After a year after you don't, not even a year, you done already said you obliterated their nuclear capabilities. And now you go back up in there because Israel says, oh, they still got it. Well, Israel must be right. They must still got it. So let's start a war. Let's lose American lives because Israel said it must be right. Let's not involve Congress at all.
Not at all.
And let's just
y'all don't need to know nothing.
Let's not involve Congress at all. Congress doesn't need to be involved in this at all. Let's keep them out of this. And let's just go over here and do something that is going to affect all of us on our daily lives, whether it be in our pockets, whether it be those that we know in the armed forces, whether it be it just being on our mind and us being worried about it, it's going to affect us.
All right. When we come back, we'll have more conversation about this. Plus, there's a new bill that will allow roadside drug testing.
That's great.
You got to think about that. Roadside drug testing. All that and more is coming your way. It's Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need the $100 hookup. This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the $100 hookup. And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new, stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavani's.com.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed. and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
Got backups on westbound 94 from 27th Street all the way past Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, that's gotten heavy from the Zoo interchange almost to Hawley Road as well. We've also got eastbound 894 slowing down from 68th Street past Loomis, so give yourself some extra time there. Also, southbound 43, quick tap of the brakes, heading just past Capitol Drive down towards Keefe. Then checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Morning drizzle, partly cloudy, otherwise a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
"1017 The Truth, Truth in the Morning, Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ. Okay, Dame, we got to reel it back for a second because we touched on the whole Hillary Clinton, the Clinton thing, and
and she was spitting bars, and
we had to roll it back.
We need y'all to hear these bars
because she was definitely spitting bars. They released footage from her deposition and from President Clinton's deposition. And Hillary, set them up, tipped them over. You guys got to hear this.
Yeah, she was spitting bars.
She was spitting bars. Let's go. Will, you got it, right?
As I understand the sequence of events, this committee subpoenaed the Justice Department, as well as the Epstein estate, as well as law enforcement officials from prior administrations, as well as my husband and me. The Justice Department refused to comply, which is what led to the passage by the Congress of the Transparency Act, which then was signed into law. And I think from the very beginning, the behavior of the Attorney General and her staff has demonstrated either a gross incompetence, which is bothersome because they are the keepers of information that should be evaluated for law enforcement purposes, or a clear cover-up because they are protecting the president and others. Either one of those should be the focus of this committee to try to get to the bottom. If they are incompetent and they are incapable of complying with the law that the Congress passed, we need to know that because they are falling down on the job. They have an FBI director who's more interested in drinking beer in a hockey dressing room after our team won the Olympics, rather than being responsive and complying with the law as it has been promulgated. So,
shots fired.
I don't think it's unfair to say that given the sequencing of the events, starting with the way that President Trump made the release of the files a key element of his 2024 campaign, the promise that he and then his attorney general made that the files would be released, then a walking back of that as they began to look at the files, an ignoring of what they had promised, including that they had a client list on the desk of the attorney general. Reasonable people would have to assume they are engaged in a massive cover-up, which is infuriating. As an American, as a citizen, all of us should be, regardless of party, wondering what are they hiding. And that's why I said in my opening statement, the President of the United States is not above the law and should be, in a setting like this, answering questions under oath, as should others who are prominently featured in the files, and especially the group that is featured after 2008. Because prior to 2008, when Jeffrey Epstein pled guilty to the watered-down charges that Alex Acosta negotiated and then was rewarded for in the first Trump administration with a cabinet position, there are so many unanswered questions. And I looked at the transcript of the Alex Acosta testimony that was taken before this committee, and I don't think that any Republican members asked him a question. So you have to conclude that there is something rotten in the state of Denmark, or clearly the Justice Department, starting in the White House and at the top with the Attorney General. And this latest example of the missing files about the allegations, and they are absolutely nothing more than allegations, but the FBI interviewed that witness 4 times. You don't interview a non-credible witness 4 times. You don't put into the FBI reporting, protect this source, if you think there is nothing to it. So, of course, I would like to know, like every other American deserves to know, what is in those files and who is going to hold people accountable, because the Justice Department seems to be either unwilling or incapable of doing.
Bars.
I mean,
Bars.
she laid them
Now, you know, I'm not the biggest Hillary Clinton fan in the world, but Hillary, she came swinging.
She did.
She came
She
swinging.
said, "You not gonna call me out of the comfort of my home."
Right.
Up in here.
What she say, Billy?
You not gonna call me out the comfort of my home to come up in here to be trying to say nothing about me and mine. And that mean Bill too. So let's get it. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready? Here we go. Y'all wanted this.
Y'all wanted it.
Y'all wanted this. And people gonna learn and not mess with them Clintons. Listen.
You gonna learn today.
Clinton, the TV show I was looking for yesterday was a House of Cards.
House of Cards.
Hillary and Bill are the House of Cards. You go against them.
Yep.
You better be prepared to protect your life.
Yep.
And your career.
There it
and
is.
everything around you, because they not playing.
Nope.
They have never, since he was running for governor, they ain't been playing.
They ain't been playing.
And that's why I don't like them that much.
Yeah.
But in this instance,
there it is.
There it is. Because listen, let's break down what she said a little bit.
Okay.
We got time. Let's break it down. She said.
Well, actually, we don't.
We don't got time. We got to go to break. We got to go to break, Will. How much time we got?
Yeah, we got to go to break.
Minute or so.
We got a minute. Listen,
okay.
I'll start it here.
Here we go.
The Justice Department was subpoenaed. The Epstein estate was subpoenaed. Other past and present law enforcement was subpoenaed. All of them refused to come up there and testify.
Yeah.
Trump or none of his cronies that are mentioned in that Epstein's file have come to testify. But you want to subpoena a president.
Well, one did. One did. She mentioned him at the end, but they didn't have no questions. Yeah.
But they didn't have no questions.
They had no questions for him. It's like, we know you're busy.
And for those who don't know who he was Secretary of Labor under Trump, his first term. So they come in and you've set out all these subpoenas. Nobody's respecting it.
Nope.
Nobody's coming through but you want to get on Hillary and Bill.
Yeah.
And so Hillary and Bill was like, okay, I got something for you.
Mm-hmm.
I must change the precedent. And by the president, a former president stepping up and allowing himself to be interviewed, the precedent is now set that you can interview a president in these situations. So Trump better look out.
That
we'll talk
part,
about more on the other side.
on the other side. You're checking out Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Trying to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 101.7 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the two-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juno Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the Blue Division, the Golden Meyer Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the Blue Division crown. And lastly, in the White Division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the White Division Conference Tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
It's Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ in the building.
MC Dame LZ.
My bad.
Give me my MC. You know, did you do that to
I'm sorry.
take away his OG?
I didn't take away. I feel like since I gave him the OG,
You can say it was.
I can interchange it.
Well, let's get some OGs, some shout outs. Shout out to Iron Kawanda, the OG. First in the homeroom, of course. I was in my zone this morning, Iron Kawanda, so forgive me for not shouting you out for being first. We got Anita Nicole, Lori Patterson, Power Flare, Dragon is fast. That ain't nothing but Israel. Anybody know like that? That ain't nothing but an ultra perm.
You're wrong for that.
Willie Jones. Who else we got in here? We got my man Stacey Smith. Shout out to Stacey who came through the Truth.
Oh yeah,
and introduced himself to us.
Shout out to Stacey. Stacey, we love you. We appreciate you.
Shout out to Stacey. Abstract Noir. Tracy Hayes, Dylan Mort. I told him keep it respectful because he said Bailey don't have no car. She ain't paying for premium gas.
Really?
Yeah, he tried to air you out. He said,
Really?
You got a car.
He said, I don't have.
First of all,
okay,
Bailey
you're
got
right.
a car.
You know what? No,
I ain't gonna put no business out here, but Bailey got a hell of a car.
I'm catching Milwaukee County Transit. I got my bus pass. It's okay. He right. I ain't got no car.
Bailey's being Mitch and paid in full when Mitch is like, I'm broke, baby. I'm broke. Let me tell you, Dylan Moore, Bailey has a hell of a car. It's a wonderful vehicle.
Parked right next to your hell of a car, which is a wonderful vehicle.
I love my car as well. Shout out to Will D9. And shout out to Kiana Simmons, 9524, that said hello.
Hey, want to remind everybody to stream and watch us live on YouTube, as our friends that we just shouted out do, and at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a minute of a live show like's going on right now.
Let's get back to Hillary.
Okay.
Who was out there like she was throwing them jabs.
She was like, bam, bam.
And you know what? Listening to it kind of hyped me up.
Yeah.
Because that's how I want people to be. I like how Gavin Newsom comes at him.
Yeah.
You can't back down.
You cannot.
From Trump's bullyism and his administration's bullyism. And if you keep backing down, and then later on that person that was asking them questions and be this little white girl that be talking crazy.
Yeah.
She was trying to be on her high horse, and then she took a picture of Hillary and then posted it online.
Right.
And then the crew, Hillary's lawyer and them saw it and was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And Hillary was like, if this is what we doing, I'm out. You can subpoena me, take me to court, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, I'll take it down. I'll take it down.
Yeah.
Because you done crossed the line.
But you didn't cross the line. But it's already out there.
It's already out there.
She gonna take it down now? What's the difference now?
Right. And so then they made them.
I like how they just made them shut it down. First of all, shut it down. Shut it down.
They made them do this recording behind closed doors.
Yes.
And only the Republicans, because you notice that's a Republican feed.
Yeah.
That's given that, right?
Right.
So then they could try to dissect it and put out pieces where maybe they stumbled or maybe they did this, like with Bill's.
Right.
He's talking like, I'm just kicking it.
Yeah.
The man said he had a plane. I'm doing this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I use your plane. Let's kick it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you're in a hot tub with someone. You're like, yeah, I'm in a hot tub. I'm in a hotel kicking it.
Yeah, and he said, and there were other people there, too.
Other people there,
it wasn't just a woman.
But,
You see how they squeezed the picture, right?
But we know Bill is a freak.
Yeah.
So that's neither here nor there.
That's true.
We know. And then Hillary,
those are facts.
Hillary also said it's the line should start at 2008 when it was made public that he was a pedophile. Well, y'all knew he was doing. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. Y'all kind of had speculate. That's like, you're a freak. Don't leave your kid with that person. You know what I'm saying? That's like in black families or black areas where that happens. We're like, that dude. Don't leave your kid with. Don't you leave that baby with that man. How many grandmamas have said that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think
if they have a proper grandma, she gonna go ahead and let you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't you leave your baby with that man.
Or don't you be over here with that man. Don't you know listen.
Then they gonna roll their eyes. Don't you be over there with that man.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that.
Just
you
like
see me
that.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That's exactly what they do.
And I bet you Hillary was telling Bill, don't you be hanging out with Epstein.
Exactly. You better stop.
You already got a blue dress in the Smithsonian. Don't
stop it.
Don't get over here hanging out with Epstein and doing nothing crazy. And Bill's like, I'm not gonna do anything crazy, Hillary. That's my Bill Clinton voice.
Yeah.
My Bill Clinton voice is terrible. But Bill think he cool.
Right.
I'm not gonna be doing everything.
833-212-1072. You want to get in on this conversation? I've been forgetting to give out y'all call in if y'all want to get in on this. 833-212-1017. Did you watch? Have you seen any of the footage besides what we showed you of the Clinton's deposition?
Yeah, it's crazy. And another thing they said when she said all these people have been subpoenaed. But we're the only ones that have answered and have actually answered questions.
And they sweated them so
sweated
bad.
them up, but you ain't sweated none.
Nobody
of these
else.
Other people.
None.
Because your hierarchy of the Republican Party is all up in this thing.
Yes, all up in the Epstein files.
And you thought bringing Bill and Hillary in was going to switch the focus.
But you notice what Trump was doing? Yeah, I don't think that they should be. I like the Clintons. I don't think that they should be, because he was like, I don't know what Bill know.
He right. I don't know what Bill and Hillary know.
I don't know what they know, and I don't know what they going to say, so I don't think nobody should talk to them either. You know, the Republicans were feeling the heat.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they decided to do this thing with the House where they, took these depositions from people because they was feeling the heat.
Because nobody's getting questioned.
Nobody's getting questioned.
Bill and Hillary are in there a few times, right?
Yeah.
And anybody that's in there should be questioned, in my opinion.
And
anybody that's in there.
But they said that the comments about Hillary or her being mentioned in there were things like she's a great person, this and that kind of deal. Nothing where they're saying she's coming out to the island.
But I'm just saying.
Nothing like that.
I'm just saying in general, those who've been mentioned, and we have a president that's been mentioned close to 1 million times, they estimate.
Right.
And even in the files that haven't been released, because they're just estimating. Just in the ones that have been released, it's thousands of times.
Right.
So that's only 2% of the files. So you figure you correlate that to the rest of the files that haven't been released.
Right.
And you got 1 million files. You got 1 million times that this dude's name has been, and you ain't asked him no questions? You ain't investigated, you ain't sent the feds in Mar-a-Lago to get none of that other stuff? Well, maybe they already got it, because the feds, the feds done ran up in Mar-a-Lago once to get those classified documents when Biden was in president.
Yeah.
So they probably got a bunch of this other stuff that's in those files, those Epstein files. They probably got some of that in there, and that's the stuff that they're holding back. Let that sink in with y'all for a second.
Okay. 833-212-1017. Raven hit us up on the True Talker text line and said Hillary Clinton's pics went online twice during the deposition.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So twice.
Mm-hmm.
And she in there just taking pictures. Just taking pictures.
Mm-hmm. Like a little kid.
Like a little kid. I'm so glad that they shut that mess down. They shut it down. They was like, we ain't got to do nothing.
Will D9 said, sometimes you forget what a professional sounds like in politics.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Trump don't want to mess with them Clintons.
Not at all.
He know how to get down.
You see, it was like, yeah, I like Bill. I like Hillary. They shouldn't be asked anything. They shouldn't be asked. They shouldn't be going through this. I don't even know why they're going through this. Oh.
And they mad because she lost the election to him the first time. And so Hillary and Bill if they get a chance to sink Trump, they sinking his battleship ASAP.
Yeah, absolutely. 833-212-1017 if you want to get in on the conversation. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how people, do things and how, he's reversing he's trying to be nice while they go in there.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got to do it.
Because he don't, like you said, he don't know what Bill may have heard and whether Bill's going to hold the line. Bill may have been involved in some of that stuff, and Bill may be like, you know what, I'm gonna take the fall. They can't do nothing to me. So yeah, I'm gonna tell everything, and there you go.
Right.
We don't know.
Bill said, "Oh, you want to know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna let you know about it all. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let everybody know about the whole thing right here, right now." And your boy was like,
"I'm gonna let the world know that I'm Bubba." If you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's scared he's going to let the world know I'm Bubba.
Let's go to the True Talk text line. Adam, good morning. Welcome to Truth in the Morning. What's your truth this morning?
I'm not going to say anything you haven't said. I think it's just when you get that much money and power, something must change in your brain to become, because there's so many people connected to the Epstein files. And we're just going to war now just to distract from the fact that our country is ran by pedophiles.
That part. Isn't that crazy? Thank you, Adam.
It's crazy when our fringe conspiracies become the norm. And that would be something that 20, 30 years ago would be a fringe conspiracy that pedophiles run the government. And people are like, man, if you don't go on with that. And I've been one of those people that people have told, man, if you don't go on with that. And now you understand pedophiles run the government. And
allegedly,
it's
supposedly.
Alleged pedophiles, because don't come suing me, Trump.
Okay.
I ain't got no bread. I ain't got no for you. But alleged pedophiles run the government.
He might want your car.
He can't. We don't want that. That thing ain't stopping a bullet, so he don't want it.
Look, we'll talk more about this, and we will get to
some other stuff.
You so crazy. When we come back, it's Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The Horizon League Conference Tournament has arrived, and it is win or go home. On Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Panthers head to Michigan to take on the Detroit Mercy Titans in the first round of their conference tournament.
Panthers with another takeaway. Aguilar with numbers left to right. Stevie Elam steps into a three and buries it.
Scott Warris has the coverage Wednesday starting at 5:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. You think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
You're listening to the new 101.7 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to 101.7 The Truth. It is I, MC Dame Elsie, in the building along with my home girl,
Bailey Coleman.
And we have been talking about, just a recap.
Mm-hmm.
We spent the first hour talking about the soldiers who passed, in case y'all just checking in at 8.
Right.
And you're late to the party.
It is 8:01.
We talked about the soldiers that passed, that if the rumor is right now that they may have been some African American soldiers. We talked about that. We talked about gas.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the Epstein files,
right?
And this war being started for the Epstein files because of whatever. And we talked about that. We talked about Hillary Clinton spitting bars.
Yeah.
Heavy bars at the Congressional Committee when she was called to testify, her and Bill, about Epstein. And you are up to date now on what's been going on in Truth in the Morning.
Yeah. It's been
we've been ripping and running.
Yeah.
We've been rolling and ripping.
Because we gotta keep y'all informed.
Yeah.
On what's going on. So look, there's been a lot going on here at home.
Yeah.
A study came out, Dame, regarding Milwaukee Public Schools. And one thing I want to say before we even delve off into this, I feel like the new lady that's the head of MPS schools.
Casillas? Is it?
Yes.
Will, did I say I messed her name up too, didn't I? Casillas. What's the? You don't know either.
Anyway,
Will, y'all should see Will's
it's close
face.
enough.
I'm not the word guy.
Okay.
Me neither. I'm not a name guy. Listen, I will butcher a name
in a minute,
in a heartbeat.
Me too.
But y'all know who I'm talking about.
I just feel like she's doing a good job coming in, and she's really trying to, pull things together. And straighten up things and get it together.
I think so too.
And I think she's doing a great job so far.
I wasn't, when she was initially hired, I was for the other guy because his first thing was, I'm going to demolish central office. Everybody in central office go to the school and do something. So I'm like, there you go.
Well, she kind of ended up doing that anyway.
She took on and is doing it as well. And then and then when I heard her speak at the Truth Summit,
right,
that Dr. Ken had, shout out Dr. Ken. When I heard her speak at the Truth Summit, I was like, oh, I like her.
Yeah.
I feel like she's being 100 with me. I feel like she cares. You know what I'm saying? So forget everything that I've read or anything that I looked up. I judge people on that. And so that supersedes everything. People can lie and fake, but sometimes the vibes you just can't lie and fake. But that's neither here nor there.
I feel like sometimes when we talk about these situations in different positions within, city government, people come in and they go, oh, this is the mess. And a lot of times, instead of trying to clean it up or finding a path to clean it up and get it together, they often decide, you know what? I'm just going to add in and we're going to cover this up and we're going to carry it forward.
I'm going to be gone in 3 years.
I'm going to be gone in 3 years anyway, no big deal. Instead of trying, because I understand that this is a difficult task ahead of her.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about she's handed a position that for years and years and years, people just added into it, didn't try and fix it, or they tried to fix it, got frustrated and said, forget it.
And said, forget it. And like, I'm going to do my own thing, going back to Fuller. You know what I'm saying? We've had brilliant minds in that position.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get caught up in the weeds, and it's like, I don't know what to do. I can start here, start there, start here, start there. And that's why I'm a proponent of just, MPS is going through so much, and public schools is going through so much. And this article, I'll tell you what I'm in favor of after I tell you the stuff that was in this article. Now, this article said, using achievement growth target group outcomes and rates of students on track to graduate, City Forward, and I'll talk about them, Collective gave schools 1 to 5 star ratings. About 30,000 black students in Wisconsin are enrolled in a low-performing school rated 1 or 2 stars, and 6 out of those 10 students attend a Northside Milwaukee school, the report found. The achievement gaps between black and white students are exacerbated by falling enrollment in Milwaukee public schools, the report said. Money goes toward maintaining facilities in half-empty buildings that could otherwise be invested in academic programs, student support services, or teacher development. The report said enrollment in many Milwaukee schools is down near 50%.
Wow.
Which the report attributes to families losing faith and trust in their school system. MPS is operating 25 more schools than it needs with current enrollment numbers, the report said. Now, I did some reports. I looked up City Forward. City Forward is
City Forward is the organization
that did
this study, this report.
They are a proponent of school choice and voucher programs. So keep that in mind as you discuss any information that's what they are for. That's what they do.
Okay.
They are supporters of that. They try to rally parents to do that. So this information is a little bit of, your enemy telling you what's negative about you.
Right.
But that doesn't neglect or negate the fact that some of that stuff is true.
Right.
With MPS.
Right.
And And how you feel, Bailey, about what because your kid went to a charter choice school, right?
Yes. He started at 53rd Street School. Shout out to 53rd Street. And that was a full-on MPS school. And, after some changes at 53rd Street, then that was around third or fourth grade. Then I ended up moving him to Milwaukee College Prep, which I saw a huge difference. I did. And they are definitely focused in, on your child. And I feel, it was totally beneficial. There are things that, as a parent, you just appreciate and you can see, but you have to agree with their methodology, okay? And everybody has a different way of doing things. And I just felt like they were really focused in on him, and they really did a great job with him. So I appreciated that. Now, when he left there, he went to Pius for a couple of years, and then he ended up back in public school. And he graduated from Hamilton, Milwaukee Hamilton.
Pius doesn't seem like the place for black boys.
You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct.
And I've had a number of friends who black boys went there and ended up not finishing there.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying.
We had to bounce.
I agree that, and when I did, and it's not a commercial for MCP because we already got commercials for that.
Right.
But
they are our partners, but
this is true talk here.
This is true talk.
When I was a building inspector, and I would go through schools, once we started doing schools and stuff like that, and as I would walk through schools, when I walked through MCP, it was different.
Oh, they didn't play.
I could just off top.
Yeah.
Tell, like my little guy, one of my clients goes to Lowell Elementary on South 20th Street. So shout out to the staff at Lowell Elementary. But that principal came in there last year or this year, whatever, and changed the whole. My little guy wasn't doing well in school, was suspended, doing all this stuff. Well, he's gotten at Lowell, and he has his reading scores jumped up a full level.
Yeah.
His math scores have jumped up a full level. We're still dealing with disciplinary issues, but I'll take that. I wouldn't tell him that, but I'll take that as long as his education is getting better. We can deal with that other stuff.
Yeah.
But as long as you're learning, that's what you're here to do. The other stuff is part of growing up in life, right?
Right.
So there are good MPS schools. There are good schools around places, but you just have to know these schools. And I was always had the benefit that my aunt worked in MPS, my mother worked in MPS, my kid's mother worked in MPS for a long time. And so we all knew, because of them, which schools,
yeah, because you know.
Which schools to go to.
I mean, at the time Kendall went to 53rd Street, it was a very good school. He was able to get into Milwaukee College Prep because his brother was there.
Shout out to Amir.
And I just feel like they taught him a lot of responsibility and maturity, and I mean, there's a lot that they tend to offer, and it wasn't just about the regular education piece. There was a lot that helped him fill him out as a person while he was there. Even though he was still a young man, I mean, there was a lot. And you can't replace that. And you know what? He was really blessed at the time to have a lot of male teachers, brothers, which helped as a single mom, right?
Yeah, that's excellent. I think, let me ask you this. And we're not going to belabor this subject for long, but let me ask you this. What do you think MPS needs to do to turn things around? It's a loaded question.
Yeah, it is a loaded question because it's a lot, and there's not just one thing. And, you know, even if they get the laundry list of things that I'm sure all parents have, right?
Right.
I think that, even if they get that laundry, there's still going to be imperfect things. Like there are imperfect things everywhere, even at Milwaukee College Prep.
Right.
But what I will say is one of the first things that I would do if I were coming into the situation of our new, what is her position? She's head of MPS schools. Superintendent. I would take a look at schools like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I would say, what's working over here and what's making them successful?
Right.
That's what I would do. And I would look at high schools like that, too, and say, like I would take a look at King and say, okay, this is one that we have within our fold. What is making them successful?
Mm-hmm.
And you start from there. You really start from right there. And you do whatever you can do to try to model other schools after that. Maybe, and it starts with baby steps, but you have to take the time to do that. A lot of times people rush into these things and they don't take the time to do, the assessments that they need to do. But if you're going to be successful, you got to plan to be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't have just one thing. I would say, what's failing here and what did they do to get successful there?
Yeah, this is what I would do. And I agree with what you're saying. And personally, I would do that as well. Obviously, you want to imitate or model your schools that have been successful. You want to model the rest of them after those schools. Because something about those schools, something they do is successful, and the kids it's resonating with the kids. But what I would do is, like this report said, there are so many schools that are vacant, right? I would allow a few of those charter choice schools on every level. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to shut down. And then what you do is you just shut MPS down. All the schools that are performing below level and are performing terribly, shut them down for a year. Move those kids around. And then you rebuild those schools and you rebuild the system. Last week I said I'd shut down all of MPS. Maybe I wouldn't. I would King stay open, Reagan stay open, the schools that are doing well stay open, but the other ones, shut them down. We're going to move the kids to a voucher school for a year, get them that, and then when they come back, we've consolidated these schools and we've created something, an atmosphere that they can be successful in.
All right. You want to get in on this conversation, 833-212-1017. We're going to go and get some commercials going on here, and when we come back, we got your calls. You're checking out Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Ben Bruss here from ESPN Milwaukee, and I just want to officially declare I will be dominating Bowling for Babies.
Ben, it's charity bowling. You don't get a championship ring.
There are lanes, there are competitors, and there's going to be greatness.
Okay, but more importantly, WTMJ Cares Bowling for Babies is going to benefit the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
So while I'm throwing strikes,
you're helping local families get essential baby supplies.
But we are also competing for 4 tickets to a Green Bay game and a VIP tailgating experience.
Sign up today at WTMJ.com/cares.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, they nurture that spark from age 3 through 8th grade, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of their students face economic hardship, but that does not define them. At MCP, they see students' potential, and they help them live up to that potential. 4 campuses, 1 mission. College and beyond, MCP is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
AmFam.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you can save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The award-winning 101.7 The Truth is proud home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. It's college basketball tournament time. Tomorrow, the Horizon League Conference tournament heats up with the Panthers taking on Detroit Mercy Titans. Scott Warres has the coverage starting at 5:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Good luck to the Panthers, my alma mater. You know, they've been having kind of a down season, but hopefully they get a run in the tournament.
Yeah.
It'll be dope.
There we go. All right, let's go to the True Talk and text line. Cole has been waiting. Cole, we appreciate you. What's your truth this morning?
Good. How you doing, Bailey?
Very
what
good.
Up, Dame?
What up, Cole?
So I had a question, just a question that's been on my mind about MPS. Okay, I'm 53 years old. I went to MPS from in the 80s, starting from the 5th grade. Seemed like everything was good then. We didn't have financial issues or teaching issues. My question is, and you guys probably got a little more insight than I do, is what happened? And when did it happen? Like when did these problems start? Why did they start? And because you just keep hearing more and more about MPS. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough teachers. The union's doing this. When did all that happen? And it's just a question. I'm going to hang up and listen, but all
right, Cole.
Just a question that was on my mind.
That's an excellent question, Cole.
That is an excellent question.
That is the $1 million question right there. When did it all happen? And if we can rewind time back to when before it happened, how do we do that?
Yeah.
I think that's an excellent question. Just theorizing here, I would say population growth has happened, and now we're seeing a decrease in that. But there was a population growth that probably took place where more kids were in MPS and all of that. And then you had, taxes, because the school system gets the money from your tax base, and as the tax base starts to go down, it kind of correlates to the middle class being eroded.
Right.
From, and I'm just theorizing here, being eroded from the Milwaukee landscape. And when that happens, those taxes, the city is not getting, the school system isn't getting as much money as it was. So the state is coming in and all of this stuff. And then you have people fighting over what that money that's less. You got the teachers union, you got everybody fighting for those pennies, and you end up where you are now. You know what I'm saying? And so these are just my theories, Cole.
I think the fact that with those things happening and the school system or MPS not modifying, where it was.
Absolutely.
Can cause this, because if this report is even 25 to 50% accurate, then you have a lot of school buildings that aren't filled.
Yeah. population is decreasing in MPS because of the school vouchers and the options that people have had. The population is decreasing instead of taking those school buildings and selling them off. Or doing something with them to make money that they can feed back in. They're sending money through these school systems because they have to pay for an engineer for these schools. Because even though that school is empty, there's an engineer whose job it is to keep that school running and to keep everything running in that school.
And guess what?
It's active.
Exactly. And hey, they got to keep it heated. They got to keep all the expenses, all of the things. It's not just the engineer they're paying for.
Right. But I don't know. And like Cole, that is an excellent question. And when was MPS at its best? And what has happened since then? And we had Lloyd Barbie, and black people wasn't really involved in a lot of those suburban schools until the 80s and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with that, because my mother sent us out to Granville, and it was like we were one of the first black families to start going to school out there or whatever the case. And that's not even. Back then, it was out there.
Right.
Now, it ain't even out there no more. But back then, in the early 80s, it was out there.
It was out there.
I don't know, man. That is an excellent question. And Truth Nation, if y'all got answers and some theories as to what Cole is asking that can help us, because I really need help. I usually have, I don't know.
833-212-1017. That's our True Talk and text line. Matter of fact, we're going there now. Al. Good morning.
I know Al got answers.
Al, good morning.
Well, first of all, if you want to change anything, your administration got to stop messing up the money like they doing some bad dough with fentanyl. Because they ain't doing that no more. They're getting high off the bed bugs. Number two, y'all need to put some classes in there like hygiene, okay? Shop. And have some type of education in cybersecurity. Because everybody's sitting up there looking stupid and clueless, okay? Next, some of y'all gonna have to raise them crumb snatcher and them children that y'all pushing out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. If they don't listen, keep them home at you, and they could be a failure of your bloodline. And another thing, it's not the teacher's responsibility to buy your kids clothes and food. Y'all know how to get all that other stuff at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and you can't keep going to the church asking them how to raise your kids. All right? Y'all, you should have thought about that when you told him not to pull out. So if y'all start with just the basics, then y'all will do good. And get you some teachers up in there who care, not the teachers who keep trying to take them in the tunnels, okay? And you get some teachers that care, they won't be trying to feed them dog food. And then these kids will come out bright. And we won't have all these issues. Because a lot of these issues is from people who don't give a damn, from the people sitting on administration. And also you black people sitting on the administration, stop being the monkeys for the whites. Because, see, they'll go home to their $1 million homes, and then you will just be allowed to resign. Stop being the master's flunky. But once we get down to the bottom, the foundation of it, then the schools will change. And you parents have to be very proactive in your kids' life.
All right. Thanks, Al.
I ain't disagree with nothing Al said.
Facts.
Now, Al, and I was going to say that, Al, and you touched on it, like, they need to have cybersecurity and this, that, and the other. And what Al is saying is, and maybe this answers Cole's question. And Al, thank you, because he answered some of Cole's. Maybe this answers some of Cole's question, is that maybe MPS hasn't adapted. So there was a time where MPS was doing well.
Right.
And you ever see those people? Pardon me, I'm going on one of those Dame Elsia tangents here. So just bear with me.
Here we go.
You ever see those people that are dressed in a certain way, or maybe it'd be like they look like they was from 85, or people stuck in 95, or people stuck in 2005.
Yeah.
Because
I got a couple friends like that.
That's when they gear was the hot stuff.
Right.
During that time. And they don't want to let it go. I had a guy that sat next to me at work. He wore, the pants that don't have belt loops on them.
Yeah.
And they the slacks, and they got that one piece that come over with the button.
Yeah,
and that's how they stay up.
Yeah.
And he wore them. He had a fur coat. He was clean.
He was clean.
But you could tell that era of his life where he was the cleanest, he stayed in that moment.
Yeah.
And I say that to say MPS is like us.
Yeah.
It's staying in that moment of when things were good
and
things were great, and it hasn't adapted. It hasn't changed to the times. And then you got all these other schools like MCP and all of these other charter and
that have
choice
adapted.
Schools that are coming out new. So they didn't even got to adapt. They just know that old stuff was good then.
Right.
But this population of children needs something different.
Yes.
The same stuff is not going to work with this population of children. They got iPads, they got phones, they got
social media.
We didn't have 24-hour TV. Just that alone.
That alone.
24-hour TV.
Yeah.
They got everything they need at their fingertips.
They got the craziest thing that they have is social media.
Right. So
they out here.
Just that, I didn't have to deal with that.
No.
So not adjusting to that MPS adjustment to it, give me all that when you come through the door.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How do you use all of that stuff as a benefit for these kids? And that's just an example, but I just think MPS may need to, that's why I say shut it down, except for those schools over a certain line.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets shut down. Y'all go someplace. We're going to reestablish those schools and consolidate them and do whatever, wham. And then when you come back, because you only get them for a year. So then when you come back, now you're in a different situation and there's more hope and there's more energy behind those high-performing schools.
Mr. Lee's on our True Talk and Text line. You want to get in on this conversation? 833-212-1017. Mr. Lee, how you doing?
Hey, we here. As someone who's going back to school himself in his late age, it's never too late to go back to school. I'll be taking on another bachelor's, not another, but a bachelor's degree in behavioral health science.
Let me not cut you off, but congratulations on that, because that's what I did. And I went back to school, and I didn't get my bachelor's until I was 35, and then I got my master's. So it can be done. You can do it, and just keep pushing, brother. I got your back.
Man, thank you. Thank y'all for this call. What I noticed with the change was at some point when Scott Walker came into office, and a lot of those teachers that were, next to retirement, a lot of those teachers were protesting against him, becoming that, that governor or whatever. I'm in the middle of trying to explain that, but whatever the case, with Scott Walker coming into office and all those teachers voting against him and against what he did, a lot of teachers, I believe, got fired or end up losing, their jobs. And what followed behind that was these younger teachers that wasn't masters of their curriculums, most likely, or let me say this, at the time with these younger teachers coming in, they were more so policing the children instead of teaching them. That I noticed. That's what I noticed. Because I have two younger children now and some adults. But the two younger children, I'm at one of their schools, and I'm asking the teachers, why aren't any of my children getting homework? Or we don't give homework now. What?
Right.
What? So as far as the difference, there's a really big difference. But I noticed it when Scott Walker was coming off. And I want to say this real quick. I understand, the school, the pipeline, the jail thing. But, see, when it comes down to learning and putting our best foot forward and showing the system that we are geniuses, then that's just what we have to do as far as students and teachers. Right now there is a big gap, and that gap is where we're failing at in the school systems. And, I mean, it's really like this. School starts at home, period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, shout out to the brother for going back to school, getting that paper.
Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee. I appreciate that, and I understand what you're going through, the struggle of raising a family and going back to school, and I applaud that. But what he said is absolutely right. When I'm dealing with my young kids, the mentors, and as a mentor to them, and I'm like, okay, let's do some homework. Well, they ain't getting no homework. Man, I wish one of my kids would have came home and said they didn't have no homework. They knew what would have. If any of them hear this, they can attest to that wouldn't have went well. Like, you not gonna come home and tell me you ain't got no homework. You had gold to my ear, and you mean to tell me them smart folks down there sent you home with no homework?
At MCP they didn't have homework. You know what they had?
What they have?
Life's work.
What's life's work?
It's homework. That's what they call it.
Well, some you
I
doing
like
at
that.
home.
Yeah.
I want to see you doing it. I want to see you
like
sitting
that.
at my
Life's
table.
work.
I want to
Life's
see
work.
you sitting at my dining room table doing homework. All of them would be at the dining room table doing their homework. And as they got older, they were able to do it in their rooms because the trust is there. But I got to be able to be doing what I'm doing, and walk past and look over
to see that
you're
and
accomplishing something.
Because Kendall used to try and do some of his homework or life's work before he got home. So if he had done it before he got home, well, then you need to review it, pull it out. Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah. And so Lee is right.
Let's go.
School starts at home.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we are expecting MPS or whatever the school system is to just take our kid and go and run with them and educate them. But the importance of education starts at home.
Yeah.
And it starts with the parents and them putting on the students. This is important. You know, my kids went to me, like I told you, I didn't get my colleges, I didn't finish my bachelor's till I was 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
So them little dudes was going with me to school. They would sit in the hallway while I was in a lecture hall.
Yeah.
My ex-wife the same. You know, they would go with her while she's in the class. They would sit in, Yana would sit in the lecture hall.
Yeah.
And it's that. So it was almost like, this is second nature. This is what we expect from you. And that type of reality around a child does nothing but push them forward. And a lot of times it doesn't happen in our community. So that's one.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right with that.
Yeah.
We got to turn it around as a community.
As a community.
And put education because people like, even when you look back in the 40s and the 50s, the reading levels were almost higher then, right?
Right.
Why? Because of the importance people placed on education.
I mean, I know adults now that they're reading, they read and they,
Oh, yeah.
And you just go, well, how did that happen?
Yeah.
What we doing here?
Will D9 said, if you didn't come home with homework with the internet now, you can create their homework. For that, though, you got to be involved. And that's true. I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do that. I would be like, okay, you ain't get no math homework? I know you need help on math, so here go 10 problems.
Yeah.
Wham.
Yeah.
You finna sit here and do this. They say I traumatized them. I'm going to keep it 100. I probably did traumatize them. I did. You got 2 apples. And then, what do you mean 5?
I know I did. I did. When we come back, there's been a lot of shootings in the area. We're going to go over some of those, talk about some of that. All right, here is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: skills first hiring helps you see talent others miss. like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Southbound 43 is going to be a bit of a tight ride from just south of Hampton all the way down towards Locust. We've got northbound 4394 backing up from the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Eastbound 94 going to be a slow one as well from 84th Street all the way to about 35th. The westbound side slowing down from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning drizzled and partly cloudy skies, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Bailey Coleman and MC Damian LZ.
In the building.
All right, I said it right.
Yeah, you said it right. And then you even let me say in the building, so it's like we're going back and forth.
Okay, it's
like
cool.
Like the Locks, Jadakiss and Styles P.
Oh, okay. I love me some Jadakiss.
Well, what you know about Jadakiss?
Nothing. I was just giving you a ding. You deserve one.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
So, before we went to break, we talked about there being a lot of shootings.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on.
I'll let you run it off.
Shooting at Aurora Sinai Medical Center in Milwaukee. 2 people were shot inside. And one sustained critical injuries and another one was wounded. The police apprehended a suspect and stated that there is no continuing threat to the public. Okay, so why are we going to the hospital shooting up?
Listen, and first of all,
what's going on?
Got a bunch of security guards. If anybody's ever been there late at night, it's a bunch of security guards. You got to go through a metal detector.
Okay.
They're usually pretty accurate and thorough when they do it. So I don't know how this person
I feel some type of way. You got to go through a metal detector to go through the hospital.
The police is damn near stationed at the emergency room, the other where their ambulance go in. So they almost stationed there. Every time I would go, I would see them there. And so
what's that at a hospital?
Or go past. You know, it's Sinai. It's the free hospital. It ain't free, but it's that hospital. You know what I'm saying? Where if you on state insurance or something like that, you typically go. People like going to Sinai if you don't have insurance or whatever the case may be. I've been in there. I had a friend that gotten sick, and I went to check on him there, and yeah, that waiting room is something. Wow,
really?
At one time I went. It was because that's where East was more than Sinai, and so I had to go through in the nighttime, right?
Right.
And you go through there, and it was some girls in there, some baddies. I call them baddies because that just mean they was fighting. And I guess they had gotten in a fight, and they was about to get it back in. All of them went to the hospital at the same time.
Wow.
And met back up at the hospital.
Wow.
And was about to get it in the waiting room. So I don't doubt that somebody got popped in the waiting room. It's just, I don't know how they got that gun in there.
Wow.
I don't know where they put it.
Wow.
They put it somewhere and it was not detected.
I'll tell you, the closest experience I had with that was when Kendall was a little bit. He might have been a year, maybe. He had an allergic reaction to, at that time, I didn't know he was allergic to nuts, right? Certain type of nuts. Anyways, and he had those that day, and he came in my room. He was all swollen and everything. And so I had to take him to the hospital. We went to St. Joe's because that was the closest hospital to us at the time. And we were in the waiting room, and somebody came in with a gunshot wound. And I thought, oh, they're going to take him right away. No, they took Kendall.
Yeah. When them stories ain't fake.
No, they took Kendall right away.
Them stories ain't fake.
They was like, well, we know what's going on with him, but your baby, we need to get some. I was like, y'all ain't going to try and hurry up and get the bullet out this brother. They was like, nah, we good. Come on.
Listen.
I was like, all right.
Them stories ain't fake. I done seen it happen myself. People come through there and look like, their arm about to fall off from a cut or something like that.
Right.
Go have a seat.
Yeah.
Go have a seat.
Right.
Young kids always go first because that's just priority.
Yeah.
But go have a seat, buddy. We'll get to you when you get to you. And the people that work in those situations are so desensitized to it that they just like,
yeah,
whatever. And that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother problem about how they treat black people in public hospitals and things like that. Because essentially, they kind of regulate them to the side or relegate them to the side because they say, black people have a high tolerance for pain and all this other stuff. But the point of what we're talking about here is they shooting at the hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be interesting to know the facts of what happened behind it. On the heels of the car accident that ended in a woman losing her life.
Right.
And this happening.
Uh-huh.
It's like guns are too accessible. I personally believe, and I know a lot of people may not believe this, I just think guns are too accessible. Guns are all over the place, and because they are, you have situations that don't require guns where people's emotions get wrapped up in it.
Right.
And they go to guns, like the lady that got killed outside of the Fiserv the other day.
Yeah.
She upstrapped first, apparently.
Yeah.
What they're saying is she was like, the guy is saying, I'll pay, and I don't know if this is the guy that shot her, but somebody's saying, I'll pay for your window. I'll do this, I'll do that. And she's like, no, I want your life. And up some type of gun or something.
Wow.
And ended up getting popped at the end of it. So emotions get high, and I don't know, and I'm referring to that story because I don't know what exactly took place at Sinai. I just know that something happened.
DeAngelis on the True Talk text line. By the way, you want to get in on the conversation, you can call in 833-212-1017 and our True Talk text line. You can text us too. Same number. DeAngelis said, yo, Radio Royals, if you're going to get shot, the best place to get shot is at the hospital. I'm just saying.
And you heard me say earlier, that's not necessarily true. You get shot, they'll be like, go sit down.
Yeah.
The police will handcuff you to the chair and be like, oh, he just shot him. He'll be police tell him he'll be all right. And they'll be like, oh, well, he can sit there for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can be there listen, I've been in Sinai and you've heard those people yelling like that.
I saw it for myself.
In pain. And it's just like they be in a corner somewhere. And the nurses look over there and be like, Johnson. The person yelling name ain't Johnson. They ain't moving. And so that ain't always the truth. But back to the violence that we saw this weekend. It's a lot of violence.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot going on. And I don't like harping on it because it just gives a negative. Even when I was working, and I told Bailey this just now, when I was working down at City Hall, there was a suggestion of maybe we should put out press releases about this, and I was like, if we put out a press release, and that's all we're gonna do.
Yeah,
put out press releases about X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and that happened. I think you have to report on it, but I don't think you have to beat the community down with it because the community is trying. People are trying.
People are trying.
There are people out here that are working hard towards stopping the violence, and if we give the impression that nothing is being done and that people aren't trying, then that's doing a disservice. In my opinion, that's doing a disservice to them.
When we come back, more about some of the fatal shootings that have happened in Milwaukee right here on Truth in the Morning, 101.7 The Truth.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
I got money now.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Woo! Truth in the Morning. 1017 The Truth. Bailey Coleman and my guy,
MC Dame LZ in the building.
So
I switched it up right there.
yeah, I see. So shooting, we were talking when we last were speaking, we were talking about the shooting at Royal Sinai and all that had to go with that. And there was another fatal shooting after an argument over delivery food. You know,
hurts my heart.
Because you feel like, what is going on in your mind that you would think? And the thing is, you know, it's stereotypical, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's over some chicken.
I wasn't even gonna say that, but yeah,
it's stereotypical.
It goes back, and it's gonna say chicken, but it was probably some disrespect in between that.
There was some disrespect.
But my father always told me the bottom line, Damien, tangent happening here. We driving. And I told the story before. We driving, somebody on the side, they looking at me crazy. I'm looking at him crazy. Like, what is you looking at, fool? We driving. You know, we on 27th and Capitol next to the Wendy's.
Right.
What is you looking at, fool? Well, you like, what are you doing? And then he pulls off and like, yeah, that's what and then my daddy was sitting there looking at me. And then my daddy in the car with me. I'm like 17, 18. He's sitting there looking at me. He was like, that was the dumbest mess I've ever seen in my life. He was like, so you going to get in a fight with this man about whatever, and you know what they're going to put in the paper? Road rage causes death of incident, and you gonna look stupid.
Yeah,
they not gonna know about none of the other stuff.
No,
all they gonna print is road rage causes this.
Yes,
man gets killed for somebody looking at him crazy. Yeah, you know how stupid you gonna sound.
Yeah,
in the paper. Same thing for these 3 incidents.
Yeah,
that occurred this weekend. The one about the accident where I was listening to Dr. King. Like I don't mention everybody because I listen to everybody all day.
Right.
Dr. King talking about it's a property crime where you just handle it. You got insurance. You got a Jaguar. Hopefully you got insurance.
Right.
You just take care of it.
Right.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
Your window is broken. He hit you so hard he broke your window. Fine. But he's saying I'll pay for it. Just what do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you pull out a gun. I want your life. Well, you pull out a gun.
Yeah.
My daddy also told me if you're going to pull it out, you better be ready to use it.
Yep.
Talking about pistols. Not other piece.
Yeah.
But you better be ready to use it.
Yep.
You've had situations when in all of these three where somebody is pulling out guns in situations that don't call for guns.
It's not necessary.
Nobody's life
is
in danger. Nobody is protecting someone else's life. You are emotionally charged.
Yes.
And in that emotionally charged instance, you're going to take someone's life.
For nothing.
Yeah. And the dude and at the car accident, whoever that was, he'll probably get off for self-defense of if that occurs because she upped the gun first and threatened his life.
Well, not necessarily because he left.
Well,
had
a
he
hit and
stayed,
run.
yeah.
He'll
Had
get,
he
he'll get
stayed-
some type of something for that, but he ain't gonna be sent under the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Because she pulled the gun first,
And
allegedly.
people got the video and got witnesses saying this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But I say all of that to say it's emotionally charged people who don't know how to handle their emotions.
Yeah.
Because I deal with kids with ADHD and all of this other stuff. And as I deal with it more, and I listen to Tori, and Tori says this as well, a lot of y'all don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all on the spectrum.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all don't know what is going on in your brain.
Yeah.
And what causes you to do the things that you do because you haven't taken time to go to a doctor and get checked out.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a physical, medical. I'm a medical doctor, of course, but not like a physical. I'm talking about a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
You have not sat and talked with someone. You have not had tests done on you to see where you are. And maybe you could benefit from some meditation, benefit from some pills, benefit from some healing of some sort.
Yes.
And you out here in the world and you doing certain things. And I
Yeah.
see it in people all the time. As
Yeah.
I've become more understanding of it, I see it in people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, you probably do too.
Yeah. I immediately go, okay.
This person got something off
They got-
a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back up from them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
But you can't, you like, I have lived in apartments or apartment buildings with people like that, and they just snap off, and you're like, what is going on?
Absolutely. And it takes you back, and you're like, and then you realize that you become more, like I said, more educated on these things, and you start seeing it more. It's like buying a car, and now you see that car everywhere.
But you have to know, it starts with actually going to your primary physician, and then they refer you to, a mental health professional.
Some of y'all get your mental health looked into.
Well, yeah, you know what? And there's no shame in the game.
Nope.
In our culture, a lot of times people are ashamed of that or whatever.
Tomorrow is hump day, Bailey.
Yes, it's Wednesday tomorrow. We'll be back.
Yes.
All right, so make sure you keep it here. Up next, Sherwin Hughes.
See y'all tomorrow.
The Horizon League Conference Tournament has arrived, and it is win or go home.